first one here, something I'd love to really encourage everyone to like feel more confident. And so I know it's easy sometimes to say like, well, I'm not super technical. I don't necessarily know how to create something on our website or whatever that might be. But with AI, I'm assure you that you can if you've got a little bit of know-how. So the first thing I wanted to talk about here is vibe coding lead gen magnets. So, we all need to generate leads. I know we all, everybody's boss, I'm sure, is more leads, more time. How do we get that going? And you probably also got lots of content and other things that you're producing that you can repurpose in ways that you might not have expected. So, in this case, this was a couple years ago now. I've gotten a lot smarter since then. I think I could probably do a better job. But at the time, it was the team came to me and said, "Hey, we're really leaning into teaching our customers and prospects about product-led growth, teaching them how they can better level up their skills. Like if they already have a free trial model or something like that, how do we get them to convert their users better and do other things like that?" And we kind of came up with this idea of a maturity assessment. So we already had all of this content that existed around product-led growth and training people on how to do it better at various stages of their product-led growth journey. And so we were like, what if we made one of those kind of like a BuzzFeed style quiz to say, okay, answer all these questions about where you're at. And we'll kind of spit out at the end personalized recommendations for you, give you a little badge that tells you exactly where you sit. The team was like, what if we had one of those maps where you can show on the grid exactly where where all of your different skill types fall, depending on which category it got really complex really quickly. And I had never done anything like this before. As like the technical guy on the marketing team, I was still sitting in demand at the time. I was like, you know what? I took a 2-week JavaScript boot camp. I bet I have like enough know-how to tackle this. And as soon as I got into it, immediately figured out I was way out of my depth. And thankfully at the time, since this was a couple of years ago, it was like right when ChatGPT had come on the scene. And I had heard that people made a big splash at least. And I'd heard people saying that they've been using it for help in coding and doing other more technical projects. And I thought, how hard can that be? And then over the next few days, really only took me a few days, using ChatGPT, I was able to build from scratch this basically a functional website quiz thing that includes uploading our leads to HubSpot, going through the process, taking all of the results, bringing those into HubSpot and Salesforce. We use both. So the sales team can see the actual results link from people, kind of trying to think of how do I make this both engaging and as useful as possible. Thankfully, you've got tons of good design help and content resources on our team. So it was really just like taking those other elements that other people had made and then making it into a real tangible thing. And so if you want to check it out, I'll drop the link in the comments here. But basically entirely AI vibe coded this product-led growth quiz. And so for this, I'd say any AI will do. If you've got ChatGPT's gotten a lot better as far as technical stuff goes. Claude is really good. If you're using Cursor or something like that, if you are more technical, you can have your pick of AI models, whatever you're into, but pretty agnostic. I did do this with ChatGPT. And like I said, just think outside the box. I'm sure you've got tons of content assets or something else that you could leverage in some way like this. And it's really easy to make a quiz or some kind of like an engaging calculator. We have like a pirate metrics calculator on our website too that I didn't build with AI, but I've updated with AI over time. It's just wanted to introduce a new feature or do something like that. So really cool, really easy way to kind of extend your technical capabilities if you don't have access to somebody who's like really familiar with coding on your team. With that, I'll bump into the next one, a little less technical. So our next use case, internal mostly, but we recently brought on a new content marketer, and we've had all these great product marketing assets for a long time. So personas and the things that we all live and breathe every day, and trying to figure out a better way to get that knowledge across to not just the marketing team, who's pretty familiar with all these things, but kind of the rest of the org in general. So our customer success teams, our product team, they're not exactly as familiar. They haven't read every single every single document that the product marketing team produces, whether or not we want them to. And so we thought, what's a good way that we can actually make this more interactive and engaging and more actionable, so people can do things on the fly without having to find that specific thing in Notion or in a slide deck somewhere. And one of the ways that Sarah on our team came up with this great idea to use custom GPTs. I see other people talking about using custom GPTs in the chat too. And yeah, total game changer for us. So we built out these two personas for ourselves, Digital DD and VPV, and both of them are a little bit different. But something that's interesting about it is both of them are also trained on each other. So something cool you can do, in addition to just asking each of these characters, like, how would you interact with this asset? What do you think about this messaging? Do you think this product feature would be valuable for your team? What's the value that you see from this product feature that we're thinking about introducing? You can also say, what do you think VPV would think is the value of this to Digital DD? And she'll get back to you too and say, well, knowing what I know, it's kind of like you've built out a little extra marketing team inside of your marketing team that you didn't have to do any real work for outside of training the GPT. So super cool, easy way to kind of extend the reach and empower the rest of the company as well. So, now if we have our product designer come in here and say, oh, I wonder if Digital DD would be familiar with using XYZ feature and if they know how to find it. Digital DD is a lot more in the weeds and a lot more likely to have used Appcues compared to VPV, who's usually just a buyer chooser profile. And so she might not be quite as familiar. And so we think about the ways that people interact and how we can better leverage anything in the product, really, and kind of across the whole org as well. So I know the exec team uses this all the time if they're trying to bounce a new idea off of someone or see how something might fit in with our primary users. And then the last thing I want to talk about is speaking of internal tools. This one's more on the technical side again, creating some functional internal tools. So I don't think my GIF is playing very well. My fault for not checking that ahead of time, but I assure you this was a GIF at some point. And basically just showing this is what Appcues looks like if you're not super familiar. Pardon my too many tabs. Yeah, I should have edited that. Doesn't matter. You might see up in the corner here in the top left, there's like a spoof section where you can put in an account ID and spoof. This is what our internal Appcues accounts look like. So if you are an Appcues employee, it's helpful sometimes to be able to spoof into a customer's account, and you can help them with an issue that they're facing or whatever it might be. I know lots of companies do that with their internal tools. And one of the things our product marketing team came to me with was, boy, it's really annoying when I need to make videos or slide decks or screenshot the product. And instead of, I don't want to have to create a trial account and then give that trial account permissions and like sort out how to do all this. Even our demo accounts aren't always exactly what I want. I just want to be able to log into my Appcues account and use that to produce these assets. But I got to get rid of that spoofing button. And I thought, well, there's got to be an easy way to do that. And so this one I actually started AI first. And I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, I've got this problem. I've got this button. Here's what the button looks like HTML-wise. I got to get rid of it. And what's an easy way to do that so that we can produce videos and assets more quickly and easily without having to create new dummy accounts or whatever. And it suggested to me, great idea, hey, why don't you just build a Chrome extension that hides the button? And I was like, I don't know how to build a Chrome extension, ChatGPT. That's, again, a little bit out of my league. Why don't you help me with that? And sure enough, probably 7 or 8 prompts later, I had gotten exactly what I needed to, and some instructions as well to like go into your manage extensions, turn on developer mode, install your new custom extension, and pop it into the browser and use it whenever you want to hide that spoof button. So like little thing, it took me 15 minutes, but it really made our product marketing team's day, and she was thrilled, and she's going to save a ton of time in the future not having to like edit out that button or try to figure out how to work around the button. Our design team won't have to edit the button out of the video, whatever it might be. Like it's a little thing, but it really does save a bunch of time for everyone. So that's another one where I would say if you're especially in an operational role like mine, figure out what are those time suck problems on your team. Like this is something that our product marketer was probably wasting, I don't know, half an hour to an hour every week. Not a huge thing in the grand scheme of things, but that's 50 hours a year, right? And really made a big difference. And it's really, really easy to do stuff like this that's not as technical as you think. Like we started doing this a lot more throughout our marketing team. As I moved more into supporting customer success and sales, our marketers have started to try to get a little bit more technical to try to fill the gap for my time. And I was like, just try it. Ask ChatGPT. Like it can't possibly hurt. It might teach you something, and you might get an idea for something you can do pretty low lift. And they're already doing that. Like I'm getting messages every other day now of like, look at this thing I coded with ChatGPT really quick on this landing page. Like, doesn't that look cool? And I'm like, yeah, I'm very impressed. And you didn't have to ask for help outside of a little technical help. So I'd say, yeah, be more confident. If you're not as technical as you think, I promise that with AI, you can be as technical as you want to be. And learn along the way too, because it's also great for explaining stuff. So that's the other big use case that I've gotten. Like I said, I've gotten a lot smarter at JavaScript over the last couple of years, and a big part of that was having ChatGPT explain these things to me, how these functions work, how I structure things better, how do I optimize my code, and it's great for that too. So yeah, more in the weeds on my end, but I think that's it for me.
All right. Thanks so much, Jared. I'm actually going to see if I can briefly share your GIF because we didn't do it justice. Hopefully everyone can see the screen here.
Oh, thanks.
It's playing, right? Okay.
Yep, it's playing. This is what I sent. This is what I sent to product marketing to be like, here's what you do. You just upload that extension, stick it in there, and go back to the app, and you can get rid of that button as soon as you refresh the page.